everyone, welcome back. Welcome back to a fun video. I'm collaborating with Centsible, let me get the name right, Centsible Living with Money Mom. So most of you know her, Dawn, as Money Mom, and Jan from New York City Saves Money. So say hello to Dawn, say hello to Jan. After you're done with my channel, go check their channels out. We're all three collaborating on fun facts, quirky things about our personality, and none of us know what the other one's going to talk about. So I have no clue. I know them through YouTube and getting to know them via email, Facebook, all that kind of fun stuff. But I don't know them like in person. We haven't hung out, you know, had a cup of coffee, got some lunch together. That's the plan for the future, but we haven't done that yet. So I don't know what their quirks are, but I'll tell you, I was excited when Dawn invited me and Jan invited me to be part of their collaboration. I was like, yes. I was all excited. And then I went, oh no, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? I said to my husband, my life is full of quirks. I am a quirky person in general. And I didn't know where to start with quirks. So I don't know. I could be out in left field, which I probably will be with what I'm going to tell you compared to what they're going to tell you. But that's, I guess, part of the fun facts of being quirky and finding out uniquenesses about the three of us, Lynn, Dawn, and Jan, that we probably don't normally talk on the regular. And I know Jan likes on the regular. We don't talk about these things on our regular YouTube videos. So what are some fun facts about Lynn Wilson that you'll probably never ever hear again? Well, one of the things I thought about is I like to line things up. And I remember as a kid, and if I could still do this, but I'm an adult, you know, people would look at me like I'm really weird, I would do it. But when I was a kid and my mom was pushing the cart, you know, and I'm walking along, mom's grocery shopping again, I would go and straighten out all the cans on the shelves. So if we were by the Campbell soup, they had to all be lined up. And I had to make sure it was all the same tomato soup and then all mushroom and so on. And I used to want to work, I still would love to, work in a grocery store stocking shelves. I think it's fascinating lining things up, making it neat and clean. I love that. I like things lined up. I've got this thing in my head. I remember one time my husband and I were staying overnight somewhere for a period of time. And, you know, I had a couple pairs of shoes. He had a couple of pairs. Our son had some. And our son was in a crib. So the crib was in the room with us. And we kind of just tucked the shoes there. And it was driving me crazy. And my husband could tell you, he said, like, you were so restless. He said, could we go to sleep? What's the problem? I said, the shoes are not lined up. So he climbed out of bed, lined up all the shoes for me, and then I was able to go to sleep. Quirky, yes, it's a fun fact about Lynn Wilson. So then I was thinking about when I was a kid, during Christmas time, we would get our gifts, and I would open up my gifts, and I don't know why I would do this, but I would make a circle around me and line all my gifts up, and I would sit inside the circle. Did that every year. Every single year until I got older. I don't know what changed maybe then, because when we were kids, we sat on the floor. Maybe when I started being an adult and you sit on the couch, I stopped doing that. But yeah, my mom said I would always line them up in a circle around me. I don't know why I did that. I just did. And now I was cracking myself up. I just got home from work. So I went to work today and I was working at a different building and a different desk, a different office today. And I'm over there and I carried my work bag with me. I have like a travel office that I bring with me. And I'm kind of laying my stuff out. I'm getting everything all laid out on the desk of what, you know, projects I had to work on today. I got my computer going and all this kind of good stuff. And all of a sudden I realized I was putting the stapler here and my coffee mug there and my water bottle there and my this and my that. And I wouldn't say that like my desk is laid out the same way all the time. But I have noticed that I tend to, like, before I can start my day at work, I have to line things up and just sort of organize, I guess more organized than line it up, but organize it that everything is straight and meticulously neat. And my pen is a certain way on the computer, and that I have to have a pen, a highlighter, and a Sharpie at all times. Just like these quirks. And I was cracking myself up watching myself going, wow, I didn't realize I did that. Or maybe I did, but didn't realize that I do it all the time. And I was telling my husband about it. I said, I don't know that I do that as at home as much, but at work, I definitely meticulously line up my desk. And when I leave at night, same thing. It has to be wiped down. I have everything just so. And when I'm going to be in the next day, it's lined up a certain way. When I'm off the next day, it's lined up a different way. And if it's not lined up, if it's not organized and it looks like a mess, you know I had a bad day. And I get up and I leave. Very rarely does that happen. Okay, what's another quirk about me? Numbers. I have a fetish with numbers. I'll give you some examples. So my birthday is tomorrow. My birthday is February 6th. Our wedding anniversary is June 6th. So my niece was born on my birthday. I had 2 uncles pass away on my birthday on the 6th. My mother's birthday is the 2nd, and my youngest son is on a different month on the 2nd. My oldest son is the 29th, and his father is on a different month, the 29th. My dad's birthday he was born June 19th, and he died August 19th. I'm telling you, like, it's weird. I connect all the dots with different things, and like there's a date someone's born, and I match it up to something, or I just oddball things. Numbers, even like addresses that we lived at matched to other things. I got this thing with numbers. And I remembered watching I Love Lucy, and there's an episode in there when they were in the apartment in New York. And I remembered, I think it was Ethel walked in. I have to go back and watch this now because it's driving me crazy. I can't remember all the details. But she walked in and she said, "Hey, 7." And then Lucy said to, hey, 9, how you doing? And someone else walked in. They said, "Hey, 3, how are you?" And there was this whole thing with everybody had a number, and then they had like a personality quirk that went with it. And it reminds me of something that I think it's called, I'm not going to say it right, engrams, something like that. But it's like the latest and greatest way to do these personality tests. And I did it at work, and I'm like, it had so many questions. Oh, my word. And some of the questions were like, well, if I was home, I'd probably react this way. And if I was at work, I'd react that way. So some of them were sort of like, they were hard to answer. But I did the test. And let me tell you, it shocked me on, if you want to say your personality quirks, and you all got a number, and it was weird, but it was so realistic. And then I took it a second time, like months later, going, yeah, I'm going to take it again. It'll probably be different. It was identical. And it's like 125 questions or 200 questions. I mean, we're not talking like just answer these 10 questions. So that's another quirk. I love numbers and syncing them all up to something. Cereals. Okay, people, there is a cereal law that many of you don't know about. So let me inform you of this. This is very important. All right, you might want to get a piece of paper and a pen. You can never eat Cheerios by themselves. This is the cereal law. You must mix your cereals. Yes, it is the recipe of cereals. It's the art of eating cereal. You must pour some of this and pour some of that. You may mix up to 3 at any time, no more than 3, but no less than 2. So there you have it. The recipe law, the cereal law from Lynn Wilson. I have to mix my cereals. Even if we were to go out to a hotel and you go to the restaurant and they have the little boxes, yes, I must grab like Cheerios and Frosted Flakes, and they can't be too like sugared. Like you can't have Fruit Loops and Frosted Flakes. That's too much. But you can have Corn Flakes and Fruit Loops. That's okay. So you gotta, there's levels to this. So you can mix your cereals, but you gotta have like, not too sugary, and mix it with that. And yeah, I know, crazy, right? Yeah, well, that's what we're all about. Quirky and fun facts. And the last one I'll tell you, I don't even know if it's a quirk, but how do they say it? I beat to my own drum. Is that how they say it? I don't know. Something along that way. I said to my husband, I have never been one to be trendy. I remember even as a kid, I had a very strong mind of I liked that and I didn't like that. And that's all there was to it. It is what it is. And I have been known to be at thrift stores with my daughter-in-law and friends and find a top and I'm in love with it. And I'll get for my daughter, Mom, that's like from the 80s. And I'm like, yeah, but I like it. And somebody will say, isn't that like a 90s look? And I go, yeah, don't I wear it well? I wear the 90s very well, and I wear the 80s well, and the 70s well, and we could do whatever you want, but I wear it well. I do not like trends. Now, there's nothing wrong with them. Hey, you want to be a trend person? I wear what I like. I wear the colors that I like. If the in color is purple, I might have been wearing purple for years, but you know, listen, I do my own thing. I remembered in high school, there were certain shoes, like, you know, you got to have the shoes in high school, whatever they were, you had to have them. I was like, I don't like them. And my friends would say, but you're supposed to be wearing, you know, this is what everybody's wearing. I'm like, well, I'm not. And I was okay with it. And I look back and I think, kudos to you, Lynn, that you stood up for what you like when you like it. Now, you know, sometimes you have to look at your things and go, maybe that's a little too granny looking, you know, or whatever. You know, you gotta reel it in sometimes. But for the most part, I wear what I like and I take a stand for what I think is right in my eyes. And, you know, I'm okay with saying, no, I don't really like that. And I'm okay with that. Where other people are, you know, well, if I don't like that, no one else is going to like me. And I'm like, and in my mind, I'm like, well, I really don't care because I don't like it. So I beat to my own drum. So my whole life is a bit quirky. And I'll tell you a secret. That's one of the things that attracted me to my husband. He liked the unusual. He liked a different hairstyle. He liked different clothing. He liked different. And I liked that he liked different. I didn't like to be the same as everybody else. And you know what? God has made me unique. I'm a unique individual. He fearfully and wonderfully created me. And I am blessed to say that I am a unique Lynn Wilson. I have my own thumbprints to prove it. I'm not like anybody else. Welcome to Fun Facts and Quirky Facts about Lynn Wilson. Go over and check out Dawn and Jan's channel. Jan from New York City Saves Money, and Centsible Living with Money Mom. Thanks so much for joining me today. Stay tuned. We've got some great stuff up and coming. All right. Have a great day.